This is BattleCast Primetime on Command & Conquer TV. Lights, camera, action! We take you behind the scenes of the live-action cinematics for Kane's Wrath, who will be co-starring with the bald-headed Messiah this time around. Starring in the World Cyber Games, U.S. frontrunner Sean Teeter makes his way to Seattle for the grand finals. Will he go all the way? Another episode, another 5 explosive matches that set the bar for C&C players. Check out which ones were so good they can only be described as the BattleCast 5. All your Command & Conquer desires wrapped in one 30-minute show. BattleCast Primetime starts now. You're logged in to BattleCast Primetime. The man on my right, Raj Joshi. I'm David Silverman.
With 2 shows under our belt, you know what to expect. And once again, we won't disappoint.
That's right. This month we have even more breaking news, insider interviews, and exclusives you can't get anywhere else. And what would BattleCast Primetime be without explosive BattleCast action?
Boring?
Harvesting operations. The beautiful glow.
Well, good thing we wouldn't do that to you. No, we've packed in all the head-to-head action you can handle.
That's right. It's time for some flame tanks, firehawks, and phase fields.
Well, you do realize that phase field starts with a PH, right?
Can you think of a screen unit that starts with an F?
What about foundries?
Who wants to watch Foundries? Fine. Flame tanks, firehawks, and foundries. This is the BattleCast 5. Metalon Scrin versus Numbers Nod on Tournament Arena. After a failed Shadow Rush, Numbers starts with an aggressive Surveyor expansion to his opponent's blue Tiberium field. While Metalon starts rolling in the credits with an economy boom, Numbers holds his ground with a massive Saboteur Rush, and Metalon sends assimilators right back at him. The map is covered with a colorful array of Nod and Scrin structures, but in the end, Metalon's superior defenses force Numbers into fractions.
4.
A sprint mirror between Scorpion and Banger on Tournament Rift. Talk about back and forth. Both players rush midfield, but rather than destroying each other, they start an assimilator race. It's like Monopoly with deeds changing hands left and right, including multiple drone platforms. The battle's almost lost, but Banger can't find the last drone platform, as Scorpion secretly techs up in a neglected corner. 21 minutes later, and Scorpion's tripods make short work of Banger's Seeker army. Scorpion stings that lethal blow, and gets free parking.
3.
Back to Tournament Arena for GDI Mirror between Omega and Body. Tonight's edition of the BattleCast 5 is brought to you by the C&C Engineers. For the 3rd straight match, players strut out with an Engineer Rush, but this time Omega shelters them in APCs. Body's not concerned though, he techs up his Firehawks with a Stratofighter upgrade. Watch out, Omega, the sky is falling. The sky is falling! That makes Body the Alpha, and Omega, well, the Omega.
2.
Iceman GDI versus Supermakill Nod on Tournament Tower. Supermakill starts harassing early and never lets up, moving from flame tanks to avatars. But Iceman won't melt. Check out those sonic emitters, but his cold, hard stance is short-lived as Supermakill sends in his MTV, vaporizing those harassing rocket squads with a cloaking field. He hides a base in the seldom-used bottom gutter, even cloaking it with a disruption tower. He's also got beam cannons bolstering his obelisk. Mammoth tank disassembled. Ouch! Victory, Supermakill.
1.
And finally, Cabal Scrin versus Brawl GDI on the always explosive Barstow Badlands. An APC Engineer Rush gives Thrall a huge advantage, but the drone platform escapes. Run, platform, run! Cabal drops his technology assembler and queues up the tripods, but wait. 1 warp sphere gone, 2 warp spheres gone, 3 warp spheres, 3rd time's a charm. Cabal finally gets his tripods and makes his defensive stand in the south. Thrall almost has him cornered on this tiny map, but here come the tripods. Ruh-roh. Take me down to the comeback city where the grass is green and Cabal gets witty. And there's your 5 for this month.
The 5. Brought to you by Medal of Honor Heroes 2. Available on the Wii and PSP. Take the war into your own hands November 13th.
So how about those foundries, huh?
I didn't really notice any. Must have been too busy watching the grass grow. But we did see some flame tanks and firehawks help change the tide of battle.
That's true, and it's a shame the foundries didn't get their chance in the spotlight, but maybe next time.
Sure, Raj. When we return, notice anything new on our website? APOC breaks down the BattleCast innovations in his corner. and a behind-the-scenes sneak preview of the Kane's Wrath cinematics. You aren't going to believe this all-star cast. Plus, our featured showdown on Riverside Rumble when BattleCast Primetime continues on Command & Conquer TV.